might make Final Fantasy XI sound a bit like a flop. Final Fantasy XI, from what I can find,
is
is
not
actually
a flop.
Square's fourth most profitable game to date, squeaking out just ahead of Final Fantasy VII profitability. I'm sure milking the Final Fantasy VII remakes will maybe push Final Fantasy XI down the line to number 5, but we'll see. Now, the history lesson was brief, but if you Google Final Fantasy
it was a good history
XI
lesson too. It's true.
Wiki, there's actually a really good timeline write-up of the history of 11, going all the way back to its early beta tests in Japan with developer comments thrown in. Since the game was such a big part of my life for me, it was a bit interesting just scrolling through and further seeing how the game grew and changed over time. So if you really want to nerd out on some of the history and how it came to be, I would advise checking that out. Alright, so Final Fantasy XI. What's it like? How does it play? Well, like I said, I want to talk about how it first was in the 2000s and then compare that to how it is today in 2025. So again, let's go back to the past.
It all began with a stone, or so the legend says. In ages past, a sentient jewel,
kind of got out of this old thing. And it's also just cool to, you know, have a piece of history on your shelf. Jesus. And you basically needed a guide to do anything.
Yeah.
I actually still have my old game guide.
You're lucky. I wish I had one.
From the very beginning because, you know, online games do a thing called update.
Yeah.
So even when it came out, most of the information at the time
No, but
was wrong,
it's cool. But it has good, like a good bestiary and a good atlas and stuff. I want that Brady Games guide. I guess I can just get a PDF of it, which is really, what's the difference, right? Yeah, like, where's the bestiary? Monsters by Family, 265. Look, they don't have loot, though. And so, yeah, this thing is worthless. The only thing that really I wanted out of it was the bestiary, but I forgot how worthless this bestiary is. War White Mage. Oh, my God. I mean, there's nothing wrong with War White Mage. It's just there's better min-max classes, like Nin. Only Nin. That comment about War White Mage is actually quite funny. Alright. I guess I go recycle. No, yeah, I think I'm looting. No, I'm gonna go fight those guys. Is what I'm gonna do. Oh, I don't... Do I have cloth? I do. And bullets, which is good, so... There's another bear. Over there. Let's go get the bear over there. More fuel. Damn it. There's a scientist, and that's not good. Maybe he'll fight the scarecrow. But they did hurt me. Did he kill the scarecrow, or did the scarecrow kill the scientist? Where's the scarecrow? They killed each other. Well, that was a perfect outcome. I didn't have to do shit. Nice. Ooh, the XP from their bodies actually is super good. Ooh, there's a chair in front of the fire so I can just get 100 comfort. Nice. I started War White Mage too. I forgot, but I did. I started War White Mage because I with a pole arm, and they're like, "You have the wrong weapon. You have the wrong sub job," and I was like, "Oh, well, teach me," you know. And they did. Learning to just use the cover to get up really close to them and shoot them in the heads because it ends it quickly. The longer you go, the worse the bleed is, the more cloth it costs. Could sell some corn, maybe. Oh. Is he a scientist? Yeah. No, he was a dude. Oh. And the kick on the revolver, I gotta get used to it again. It's been a while since I've used a revolver. I'm gonna level off this skinning. It's not a bad way to level, actually. And the loot's not bad. I wish it was pistol bullets. Oh, I should go buy... Do I have scrap? I don't really have scrap. Got him fast. God damn. Can't get the bite. Revolver's way faster. Oh, did you blow me up? No. Where was the guy? He was like... I laid him out quick from far, too. Bandicam, normally the frame rate is so bad you would never want to be here, but with lossless I can just come in here. And if my opponent doesn't have lossless, I'll have an advantage over them. It's shitty, but it's true. Can you sell the skulls to the... Maybe I can sell the skulls to the vendor? That didn't even occur to me. Does the vendor buy the skulls? It's endless bullet source. He was smart to do it. I don't need the bone. I know I don't. Really get scrap off this. Hoping to buy some cans of food, but nope. Maybe the corn is a better solution. I'll come back in around like 10 o'clock and I'll go live probably around 7. It's only 4:30. I've got some time here. It's fucking beautiful. I like doing a half day. Yeah, like what am I at right now? I'm at 4 hours and 10 minutes. So, and it's been a busy day. I had to go to the landfill. So, and I might still have to do that again. So we'll see. Where's the scrap for stuff? Is it that guy? No. Oh, he buys bone? He does buy bone, but only 6 scrap per 100. Wait, you buy leather? He buys bone and leather. I mean, yeah, six scrap for 100 leather is not that good. But he does buy the wolf skulls. But no, these skulls, I don't think so anyways. Let's go check the other one. Maybe the other one does take skulls. Look, Lossless makes Bandicamp perfect. Even the windmill's perfect. I love Lossless. It's the greatest thing to ever happen to gaming. No, they don't want skulls. No. So cloth. Well, not really. I mean, I don't know. If I sit down in the chair, I think it's actually really fast. Oh, I have a pattern boomer. For the longest time, I assumed he was using ESP, and he did a couple of times. He like flew up in helicopters a bunch of times. He was getting those by just ESP wall hacking or speeding or something. I'm not sure how he's getting helicopters over and over again. He is a cheater hacker, but I don't think he wants to buy accounts just to fuck with me. And I think the financial, like, you know, the financial strain of that might actually be a factor here. Because I don't think he uses it to hunt me. You know, I don't. You know. 6.5 hours in ultimate. Oh god, you scared the fuck out of me. Where is he? Oh. Scared me. Oh, a large planter box would be nice. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll buy corn seeds when I go to the outpost again. And we'll grow corn to feed the chickens directly out of the planter. If I can put it here. There we go, I got it. Nice. Yeah, I don't have corn seed, I don't think, anyways. Do I have seed sitting here? I don't think so, no. It's not worth my time. I'm learning. Those aren't worth my time. Flashlight gives me away. There's nothing wrong with darkness. I like darkness. The likelihood of them finding me is like 0 if I keep the lights off. Half the day I'm safe.
Entering system. Land exchange.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another run now. I don't want to do it in the dark. Tonight I have pizza, which is going to be really good. Oh, yeah. Did I bet on everything that I did? Footsteps. Bender, I think. So, Rhapsody of Vana'diel will catch me up, but I have to do, you know, all that stuff. I have to get to rank 10. I don't want to do all that, but I will once I have Scholar to 75. So, oh good, I got an LSI. We will go ask for 960. Yep, 960. Dose 2 isn't bad. I want to open a couple of these a day, because I think you'll do better if you don't open more than a couple a day or something like that. Yeah, look, I made like 4 million off that. I'll just take the money. I like these agent support drops. I think they're a fun form of gambling. And I think I want to open some, or say, I think I want to buy some more. I mean, I'm down low, kind of, but I could blow 200 mil on agency support drops. I don't see why not. Place a buy order for 5659. 5659,000 puts me at no, that's too many zeros. 5659, yeah, 5659. How much can I get for, well, I know what it is. It's like 40, yeah, for 200 mil or something. Yeah, give me like another 40 support drops. They don't really seem like the best money. But if I do sell them, I'd like to scratch. I want to look at these as like scratchers. Support my gambling sense. So yeah, in a cup every day for a couple of days or whatever, for like a couple of months, I will just split support drops. Let's attempt to open one. Hack multiple or hack next. Nice, I got an overclocker. These are really up my alley because they give boosters. I fucking love boosters. I don't have to do a whole bunch every day, or like more than a few each day. But yeah, I think I like these agency support drops. I think they're a fun form of gambling. I don't have to hack them all at once. And it is entertaining on the stream to open them, because they're like scratch tickets, and they're addictive. Now wait, no, cancel that order, yeah. Whatever. Dumb. There, that guy paid for itself, but the rest of them, yeah, I could just open them all. But I know I like the gambling, the scratcher ticket and like hypernet thing about agency support drops. Hi, Alexam. In the game EVE Online, in the Crimson Harvest, is there a loot box that falls in the Crimson Harvest?
Yes, during the Crimson Harvest event in games like Path of Exile.
No, EVE Online. EVE Online Crimson Harvest, right?
Yes, in EVE Online's Crimson Harvest event, there are special loot boxes that can drop from event-related content. These loot boxes contain various
What's the
rewards
name of the loot box?
During the Crimson Harvest event in EVE Online, the loot boxes are known as Crimson Harvest containers. These containers can be obtained by participating in event activities and can contain various rewards.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Very helpful. I appreciate it. You have yourself a lovely AI day.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could...
Crimson Harvest Cerebral Accelerator Crate. I can't go wrong. Yeah, just like an order of 10. What if they actually sell them to me? I want to buy like an order of 30 at 5.6, and I want to compete. There's no way they'll sell this to me. Sooner or later, they might sell it to me. Like in 3 weeks, they might sell it to me for this much, yeah. And I'll throw them on the market. So yes, so Crimson Harvest Cerebral Accelerator Crate. Historic Crimson Harvest Skin Crate. Oh, look. I want some. We're gonna let's see if there's any in contracts just directly for sale. I want to see the info. I want to find in contract. Can I do that? Yeah. Oh no, want to buys. Yeah. 12,500,000 ISK. I want to buy. Yeah, nobody's gonna do that though. But I mean, yeah. But anyways, so historic Crimson Harvest skin crates. I want to wheel and deal in those markets. Look. I'm placing a buy order for 13,800. Let them farm the fucking events. I just want to sling their shit on the hypernet and as sets her my way to a gambler, sets her my way off into the gambling sunset. I'm Setzer, the space gambler from Final Fantasy VI or whatever, except I'm playing a space game. And yeah, I'm here to gamble, drink. I don't go and do the events. That's your job. You do all the hard work. I don't care about that. Yeah, like maybe you value it. I don't care. I don't care. So yeah, you go get all the crates. I'll just buy them wholesale from you in buy order. God damn, give me like, I don't know, 30 of these. Yeah, can you give me like 30 of these? That's 425 mil if they sell. Nah, we'll just do a 10 brace at 141. Because what if I get them? What if I actually get them? I will break the hypernet with them. So it's like, yeah, what if I actually get them, right? This is how you win. You take swings. Mobile Sanguine Harvester. I don't know what that is. Sanguine Harvester. It's just a mobile tractor thing for Blood Raiders. What about boosters? We have for gas harvesting, anti-disruptor. We're looking for crimson stuff, I guess. Let's look at crimson. Anything crimson. Skin crates, trinket crates, Skinner crates. I want to place a buy order for those. They're cheap. 202.3. I'll take a fucking 100 of them. I'll take any of them you got. Sold. Man, I'm competitive on the buy order market, actually. I'm pretty good at that. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, cancel this because it was pretty much a worthless fucking order that's never going to fill. And, what was that sound? Oh, it was, X4. You know, I think I would like to kill the sound of X4 entirely because I'm not really using anything but the UI sound. So, yeah, the UI volume is fine, and it can actually go up, honestly. But the voice and the total volume should go to 40, and the only thing I want is the UI sound, and the effects volume needs to be at 0, because the sounds of this game constantly screw with me. Nice, they would stack. Fucking sweet. I'm gonna let them, I'm gonna wait. Okay, it's a nice sunny day. I don't think I need this much fuel, and I'm gonna split it in half. Wait, no, that should go in my tank. I'm gonna sweep my car repair set. There we go, and in a couple of clicks. We're back in business at full health. It's like its own form of upkeep, but it's work instead of, well, it is some mats, but cheap mats. Yep, and there's my hammer. Hammer should go over there. Okay, let's do a run, I guess, and go kill those dudes. 10 in the morning is good. Sun's high in the sky. Is rainy as it is. Free chicken coop. Nice. Chicken coops. Lots of chicken coops. Look, I can do Rust things without harassment. I missed it so badly. I miss it so badly. You didn't water? No, you did. I used to, you know, I originally bought my MMO mouse for Rust so I could spam this button, take button, with an auto fire, turbo fire mouse, and that's how I got better. One of the ways I got better at video games is accessories. Well, at least it's raining a lot. Could hatch the chickens if I have food, but I don't. Soon we'll see corn start to sprout. Nice, yeah. Good corn out here. I want to buy more corn seed, like a stack of corn seeds, so we'll go... Oh, I have, crude oil. Anything else to recycle? I have 2 pairs of binoculars and I only need 1. I'm not really running green card puzzles, so I could sell the cards. Yeah, seems good. I'm gonna take this scrap with me because I intend to spend it on cans of food. Kind of want to repair my jackhammer before I... Man, it's raining heavy. Are they still working out there? That sucks. Did I bring cloth? I did. Better make some bandages if I'm going to enter this place. Look, you can get LOS and just kill his ass. What's up, bitch? Easy enough. Suppressed. I broke that soda can silencer in 1 mag. I liked it though. Fun. Totally full. I'm gonna take that cloth. He did not land a hit. Ooh, free thingy. Take that over that, and that over that. I'm full health. Nice. Just gonna push into this thing and recycle. Some free water. He like fired at the door. Usually there's a guy right there, but he's not there right now. Starting to get sort of elitist about... Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm starting to get sort of elitist about my health bar. I think I want my health bar full in this game at all times. I didn't used to be that way, but I am now. Like I make enough cloth income where I feel like I can do that pretty steady all the time. Just keep my health full. I'm starting to desire the perk that makes band-aids heal for more. The game really is an RPG in a lot of ways because it's like you can get your health bar up with just cloth that you can pull from the environment itself. It's a strong RPG like that, always has been. I really believe in this game. I just don't really believe in the developers or the people that play the game, you know? Ooh, cheap. Buy like 3 of these or whatever. Yeah, and then buy more. Is it 30 seconds? It is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, it's like 15 seconds. So every minute, like 4 more. It is a good source of food, but he did control it a lot more. I don't know where he is. No. Get up. DDO. Ooh, I got a level off him. Oh, you can buy those, huh? Ah. Oops. Look at that. For 392 million, I can get a facial augmentation. Okay, going back to the Mog House. Beautiful. See, it is beautiful even for Final Fantasy 11. All the color at the right time of day. It's got a freshwater and a coastal water random fish generator. I got a lot of Contortopus. I kind of want to preserve this stuff on my alt. And I don't have an alt. I don't want an alt. I think I'm just going to vendor all of it. It makes me pay attention to it in a way I don't want to. Crabs. The crabs have run amok.
Your inventory is full. 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 So I'm done almost with the mod garden part of it. Then I'll go unlock Scholar.
wall. Oh, come on. There was 3 of them. 3 of them. You should get up. Yeah, kill each other. Nope, they killed me. Son of a bitch. Ah, you dirty bastard. Ugh. Whoa. Can't lose that revolver. Oh god, he's like pushing me, I think. Oh god. Oh! No. They're not as fast as me, which is good. Gotta get the revolver. Oh, Scarecrow. I don't have my bullets. Or my cloth. Okay, we've done our Vegeta work here, I believe. Hack a couple more drops, but I do like the drug agency support drops. I really do. So, alright, new items available. Did I get an LSI? No. But I got a lot of dose. This is a good way to get a lot of drugs, kind of. With maybe a good chance at a really high value drug, kind of, like a 60 million one, so I don't know. Okay, we're done here. We leave in our Kaldar or Grease's shuttle. They've been blowing me up in Vegeta, so I got autopilot immediately.
Autopilot engaged.
Good timing, I'm full health.
Mobility started. Health drive active.
did these other two scientist tools go? That's like the loot walked away.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping.
Ooh, I've been looking for a shovel.
Moving to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Moving to Stargate.
Oh, shovel, huh? Okay. Good progress. It's good.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping.
I feel like I'm in Star Wars, like living in a forest somewhere. It's kind of cool, and there's like a town nearby.
Moving to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Stargate. Warp drive Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
I'm losing my ship. My ship was destroyed. Oh, I have a save from 5 minutes ago. Good. And we'll just not take this sandbox outcome. I don't want it. Okay, good. We're going on about hauling. Vegeta.
Warp drive active. Autopilot engaged. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
I think here I will mix a drink and get off rust, I think. I should pop to my tugboat, and that now would be a good time for that because I'm lower level right now, but I don't really have I don't have a place to put this set, which is frankly kind of problematic. I'm not totally safe. I'll need to do this last load before.
Approaching Stargate.
And then I'll recycle that. I want more bullets, frankly. Yeah, 2 guns. Yeah, let's split the stacks, huh? Because I need some safety in this car. I'll try and put my set in here. The music's sort of overpowering. I need to turn it down a little bit, I think. Right there's a pretty good place. I am trying to... Oh, I have all that stuff too. Oh, I do. So let's go to the Mog House then.
Autopilot jumping.
Going to go do my 76 daily and mortal.
Warping to
Oh, I went the
station.
wrong way.
Warp
Oops.
drive active.
It'll be hard not to have flea, but I'll use the powder boots. And I won't use my feet slots. I'll just keep powder boots on my feet. Because I don't care about my damage. Oops, no. I want to go to the Mog House. Scholar, Black Mage will put out that big fuck damage without much gear. And it's sweet. I love that you don't really need that much gear on Mage. You can buy it, but yeah. So, okay, so I had this extra stuff that I don't want, that I want to put in my Mog safe. Like Kindred Seals and that thing. Better. Now, these water crystals should also go. And I'm just going to pay attention to my plants. And make sure they haven't gone to crystal yet.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested.
They're well taken care of. So, then...
Docking request accepted. Docking permission requested.
I have some storage to stack some of this stuff, I guess,
Disabled. Waypoint reached.
right now, but I mean, I'll just toss it in and sell it all if it gets in the way. Wildgrass seed should remain in the main. And this fire crystal. There, now I'm down to a decent inventory. I think I want to go pop to Juno. Yeah, these cans of food. They could go in there. I have enough. I could toss some stuff. But I think I've got enough room in there to dump like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items. 11 items? I don't know. Can I get 11 items in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I can put 5 here and 5 there. I'm not really running cards. I could just sell them. I think they're taking up space that I just don't really have. That gets a little bit better. Maybe I can free up like 11 spots at the bottom of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. No, the rope. I want to recycle it. And yeah, so we're looking good. Those gloves and the bunny suit, it's sort of dumb to keep them. I'm just going to, because I can get them for free. And that does free up my... This flame arrow is worthless. There's really no reason to keep it. GP should stack. This can be converted directly to fuel, but I mean, I don't want to do it right now. And there's the 11 spots I think I need. Yeah, it is. It's like the 11 spots that I need. But I'll have to recycle and sell cards one more time before I leave. Which is easily done if you're just direct about it. You can just go directly to the recycler. Lossless is so good for Rust. Because Unity sucks. Oh good, and the dawn's rising, so I'll be able to see when I leave. Okay, so I am now taking the crystal to Lower Juno, and I'm going to check the goblin. Ah, get out of my way. I'll go check the goblin. It's not good patrols here. Gotta go pee. I'll be right back and we'll run a wheel. I bet 25 on yellow. Hey, did I win? Okay, 5:45. Had to pee. I won the roll, which is good. No, I want my money. I used to roll 20s quite a lot. It's hard to do. You gotta have long, steady income. I had a feeling. I was like, "Ooh, is it gonna land?" I wish I had bet. I didn't get a bet. Still, I won though, which is good. Am I dead, or is my thing dead? No, my thing's not dead. And are you on a mission? Yeah, you're on a mission, and I have 586. We're good. We're gonna take a quick save here before we get destroyed. Turn back now. Radiation. Oh, I didn't realize this was a thing. Nice. I wish it would auto-play poker with you. I think that would be a way better way to do it. Could kill him. I need more GP. Easy enough. Killing, skinning these guys is good XP. Oh. Shit. Knives out. I guess the bone that I get from them could sell. Like, it directly benefits the scrap. Maybe I should just build a base now, so I can store stuff without getting raided. Just put, like, 2 metal walls around it. Do a 2x2 with an extension out around it with a wall really high. Well, not high, just a wall. Oh, I didn't recycle, but that's okay. I think we're done here. I don't know. I don't really have this place to store those bullets, but... Generator. I will put the only sacred things away, which is the guns, the bullets, the arrows, the jackhammer, the knife, and the bodysuit, and the bow. I will repair the car before I leave, and I'll leave this kid on me. If I lose all this, I won't cry. That's fine. That's how I'll get out of this stupid game. Yeah, I want to put the sacred stuff away, and I want to run back one more time and recycle all of this, because it's dumb. I just filled right the fuck back up again. And these cards, I forgot about the cards. I didn't really do anything while I was there, it's dumb. I didn't finish up because the helicopter made me nervous. I'm not really using that. Let's make fuel. And yeah. So bone could go in there, yeah. But like, yeah, like I'm full. I'm like full again. I can put this stuff away though. I want to strip down to a naked body. Oh, I have a lot of cloth, huh? Oh god, I have like all the cloth, yeah. No, wait, I don't have all the cloth, no, but yeah, it's another run. I've got an I have all the stuff to fix the car. I better put it away. Oh, the hammer. Okay, there's the kit to fix the car. There's my revolvers. I can defend myself if I need to. And I'm going to recycle everything that I can. Good, that thing's empty. There's no there is scrap in the bench, but I mean, it doesn't matter. That can stay there, I don't care. I'll come back later tonight before I go to bed, and I'll pick all the corn. Yeah, see all the corn that I did? Because it gives me away. Right now, it's in the mature stage. We want it in the ripe stage. We want to wait like a couple of hours. So like, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that. And I'll pop back in and I'll harvest all this corn. Because yeah, I could do stacks and stacks of corn. I can stick them in the chicken coop. Chicken coops. And then I can, like, hatch chickens, take the eggs, hatch more chickens. And tomorrow I might have, like, really good, like, you know, generation of chickens. Their light isn't that good, but I mean, it is outside, so... Okay, I gotta go, and I dressed so light so that I could, strip my kid if I needed to pretty much immediately. Yeah, all that corn, that's actually a really good asset, you know? 2 people left the server, which is good. I think they're frustrated that they can't find me, and they've been just lazily looking. Like, we can do anything in Rust. What do you mean we can't find this guy? But they can't. They can't find me. And they're like, looking. They're like looking for bases, but they're not finding any. They know that maybe they know about the tugboat, but they don't have the like a way to actually get the tugboat. Maybe they don't know. Like, I don't know. They might not know. Like, they can watch the video, but I don't know if they know. I don't know if they even know that if the tugboat exists. I've lied several times about what I have. I'm like, oh, I've got a big base, or oh, I've got a, you know. I mean, yeah, who cares about the arrows, right? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go in and recycle one more time. This generator, I like that generator, and it's free. I don't know. I can just bring it back with me. I don't know why I brought it. I will keep that generator and I will use it. I will put down a 1x1 there. Like, use out this boat. Or bow, I mean. I know that they don't... Now, those are something I kind of do need, and I'm just going to run back to the car real quick. They know that, that I can get away with this. They're starting to get it. They're like, wait, he could just totally not stream. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have to stream. No. I've been very nice, and I've streamed 14 hours a day for years, but I don't have to do that. The scrap should go away, I guess. But, yeah, the generator, I do want to keep it. And then the spark plugs need to go in the car. Brand new spark plugs makes everything pretty fresh. It's good. Those high-qual valves, and... Okay, let's go. Oh, the crew can stay here. But yeah, the fuse is just no good. The fuel can go in the tank. It's 11:47, so it's not going to be nighttime. Anything else? No, I think that's everything. Okay. All the kit that I care about is stowed away nicely, so I can even die with this set. It doesn't matter. But I'm not going to. I don't, however, want to get bled by this guy, so I'm just going to run around him. I might skip the cars, because getting to the vendor might be guarded by these stupid guys that bleed you. But they do buy cards, right? Yeah, they do. They like, buy cards. I'd rather take, like, 15 scrap for them than let them take up inventory space. Okay, we go in the back where it's safe. They didn't respawn, I guess. go worry about these cards while that cooks. Anybody gonna shoot at me? Nope. We're looking to sling cards, which I think is this vendor. I need to memorize the bandit camp better. Nope, not cards, but yeah, that's the scrap exchange, right? Or no, that's the food market. Yeah, that's the food market. I need the scrap exchange, which is like over here. Yeah. Bye. 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 Fucking annoying. Okay, last run of the day. I have enough XP where, like, I could go take a look at, moving the tugboat away from Ferry Terminal, because it did sit there, like, all day and maybe got witness. But if I move it, I'm probably fine. Especially probably to snow. And so I don't know if I have that kind of fuel, but I think I do, sort of. I don't think I killed any animals there, which is sort of sad. Maybe I'll move. Yeah, maybe. No, I don't know. Where the tugboat is, it might actually be safe. People might not go look at Ferry Terminal. I don't know. It's obvious that the RV is my actual investment of time, so I'm gonna let the tugboat just sit. If they raid it, they raid it. That's the tugboat. That's what happens to tugboats, you know. My fault for not moving it. I kind of want to go to sleep somewhere like a pylon and starve to death on the top of a pylon, because I think they use ESP. I think they did use ESP last night to come to figure out where I was. But they didn't pop the van. They just stole all the stuff to let me know that they found me and that I'm not clever. Because the stuff was gone in the morning, but maybe it just decayed. I don't really know. Stuff outside, I don't know how long it lasts. It might only be like 18 hours or something, so I don't really know. I don't totally know. This was good run, though. We banked a bit more scrap stuff. Gonna try to put the rest of this kit away. Yeah, perfect. And then a water bottle for the morning. We get in the car. I don't know if you're more vulnerable. Yeah, I know you're more vulnerable up here because they can just stab in at you. But over here, maybe they can't reach me, like, right here. I don't know. And so, I don't know. I think it kicks your body out outside the van when you go to sleep, though. Maybe the top of the van might be safer. Like, just sleep on the top of it where they can't reach. Maybe they'll chop the minivan up trying to get to me, which is a concern. I could go to sleep on top of the tier 1 workbench, maybe, or like this water catcher. Yeah, I could go to sleep on top of the water catcher. Maybe they would leave me alone then. I don't know. I'm tempted. Well, yeah, I'm gonna let the corn grow because it's a lot of food for the chickens. It's good, and I'll hatch the chickens when I'm drunk. And I will eat dinner soon. Well, not soon. Probably like in an hour. I love Rust. It's good. And I want to go live. I like going live every day, and I can, and I will. So, I think I should... Well, I mean, I did move today. I moved today, but I didn't move the tugboat. I think the rule is I should move the tugboat to a different monument, but I don't know if I have the fuel. Could move to harbor, and they wouldn't know I was there. Let's leave the ferry. Let's leave it at ferry terminal. I think that's okay. And I'll sleep right here on the top of the water catcher. Yep. and I'll go live to Mortal. But first, I'm going to mix a drink. Battlefield 6 came out. I can't believe that. They're like desperate to get us fucking re-addicted to milsims, but it's like, man, we've been doing it for 20 years. Give us something else. I'm not sure what it is. Helldivers 2 was close, but it wasn't really. So what do we do? We're going to do Mortal. Yeah, Mortal.
The main thing in here.
So I came to Juno to go take a picture of what I need to get the next MOG expansion, because my inventory is already driving me crazy, and that's one of the things I could do for my quality of life. So we're going into Much Fixes to see their goblins. Oh man, I haven't seen the retail goblin room in a long time. Look, they've changed everything. I love Taru because you can zoom fucking far in. Yeah, like look, the FOV is insane. But the goblins look so cool. They look so cool. They're like cool little video game assets that I really like. Where's Muchfix? There's Duplidoc. You can't see anything in this FOV. I'm gonna have to get out a little bit. Bluffnix, Duplidoc, Slicknix, Creepsticks. Is Bluffnix the right one? Duplidoc, but where's the goblin for so maybe it's or is it Creepsticks? Wow, this guy sells like a ton of crazy spells. Oh man, Black Mage gets, or sorry, Scholar gets such cool spells. I should go Scholar Red Mage kind of, but I mean I don't know. Black Mage gets cooler. Well, I don't know. Red Mage gets cooler stuff. Red Mage gets some fire spells. Maybe I should go Scholar Red Mage. No, I want to go Scholar Black Mage. Where is the goblin for raising your gobby bags? Ah, Muchfix. Here we go. Or Muckvix. So I might need to look into gobby bags, I guess, because I don't even know anymore. It's Bluffnix. Bluffnix. Pawcrix. Gutrix. Snignix. Salsum. Bluffnix is the guy, but I think he's... Oh, here we go, here we go. Ah. Some of these I can't get so easy, but we could get a Sermet chunk. That wouldn't be that hard. So I'm going to take a picture of that on my phone. I love the new tech, because it's like, you know, you can actually do what you need to do. Like, I need to remember this information. So I'm going to take a picture of it with my cell phone, and I can just draw it up whenever I fucking need it here. This is like one of the first pictures I've ever taken with this thing. There we go. We need a Sermet chunk, a dark steel ingot, a square of silk chunk, and then so I can access this picture. I need a Sermet chunk. So let's go price them on the auction house, and if they're too expensive, but that's what I'll spend my gil on initially. Doing Final Fantasy stuff. So now I got to mix a drink, but then I'll go live. Mortal. I'll be right back. It's Miller time. was something I committed to doing as well, taking a picture of this and sending it. She asked me to send a picture of this. We got liquor. All the recycling we dealt with. Friday night, time to drink. Oh, there's another one. And another one. Okay, let's get some juice. I'm gonna pop this. Farted. This is gonna be good. So I will start that since I'm in between doing bio stuff. Let's start that. Alright. wasted away in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Okay, getting in on the mortal. And I'm going live. Bitch, going live. I am looking for... oh yeah, I wanted to go to the auction house to see about a Sermet chunk. Which I think is alchemy. Oh my god, there's so many items. Sermet chunks are 10k. I can get it. 10k. 10k, 10k. That's not bad for an item like that. So, maybe the market here isn't as borked as I thought it was. Where's my phone? I left it in the kitchen. Okay, pulling the information. Sermet chunk was one of them. Okay, dark steel ingot, which is smithing, I think. Maybe that's goldsmithing, I don't know. Dark steel ingot, 10k. Oops. Silk cloth, which is a little more expensive, probably. Silk cloth, 20k. Are we sitting here? It sounds like we're sitting here. Yep. Okay, so nice. I'm at 592. Hi, guys. You're probably tuning in now. It's been about, probably all the ads are over and everything. So, hi, guys. I'm about to play some Mortal 2. You know, it's been a good day getting started on my stream. And we've been recording for a while, but, you know, the stream's starting. And I will see you guys, you know, in the games. It's going to be fun. Magpie. I want you to buy antimatter cells. Sorry, sell antimatter cells. Buy. Sell. Buy. Sell. Buy. Sell. Information. Magpie. Information. Good. Good trades. Sell. Confirm. And before each generation of all these... Oh no, they stopped buying, so... Cool. So, now, we will, what am I doing? Oh, I want to save. I'm going to save, and I'm going to put it on, what's it called? RP mode. But let's get back on that. I am out and about. Gonna, drop all of the fleet hanger. There we go. It was a good day. It's fun to go live. I like going live. It's fun as hell. Okay, I'm kind of sick of the repetitive Final Fantasy music. I'm going to turn it off now. Because I got a lot to do here. So, Sermet chunk, silk cloth. Goshenite, which is a gem. Goldsmithing. Goshenite. Goshenite. There's a Goshenite. Let's go there for sale. This was cheaper than I thought it would ever be. I mean, it wasn't that cheap, but it was, you know, it wasn't cheap by my standards. Oh, no, come back. You didn't get a Goshenite. Get a Goshenite. It is 6:20. It's 6:40. I will check my pizza. I'm cooking a pizza in the oven. Don't usually do pizza, so that'll be very nice. Nice little Friday night surprise. Pizza night! Pizza night! Chicken jockey! Okay, so what are we doing here? Going back to the goblin to turn this stuff in and get the next bit of information. Or I'll check it at 6:30. I've got a nice sort of tequila sunrise type drink with cran and vodka and orange. It's going to be amazing. Looking forward to diving into this, baby. Yeah. Going back to Bluffnix, we trade him Goshenite, Silk Cloth, Surmet Chunk. Oh, and Dark Steel Ingot. Oh, I didn't get the Dark Steel Ingot or something. I forgot or something. I don't know. I forgot. Thief was a good choice to take up to 75 because then I can just use it at will to farm. Which is fine. Bid on materials of goldsmithing. What is that? That's Dark Steel Ingot. Oops. Smithing Dark Steel Ingot. CD Dark Steel Ingot. Dark Steel Ingots are 10k. Unable to buy. Unable to buy. 12k. Now, I am getting Immortal to go check the dailies. Ah, so good. Ah, so good. Pizza and vodka drinks. Oh, yeah. The simple pleasures of life. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that margin. So, can we sell there? Yes, sell there. Oh, no. I don't know. Sell more? You don't want any more. Or I don't have any more? No, I have to go back and down here to buy, I guess, to the Tell Farm. Or no, I don't. No, I don't. Oh, because you're on the wrong ship, I guess. No, and the Magpie is what I wanted to do. Oh, they just don't have anymore, huh? Oh, wait. Foraging is allium. I'm still on my old allium task. Dire wolves. That's good. I'll take it. You already have hunting task. It's brown bear. I don't want it. But I don't mind dire wolf. Bandit. Ah, bandit daily. Hells yeah. Bandit's a good daily. Bandits and dire wolves. Woot. All right, well, I could kit up, but I mean, I've got a kit back there I can just throw on. My jewelry is busted, and that's something I should address while I'm in town, but if I'm going to do some combat, I should get my jewelry fixed. So we'll go do that real quick. Do I have a torch? Yes, I do. Where? Let's bring one of these bows with, because why not? I'll actually, I'll buy a bow loadout while I'm in town, so let's take 40 gold with me. I'm still learning Arthropoda. Arthropoda. Looking in on that skill. Arthropoda. Arthropoda is 58. It's locked. No wonder. But it's a primary profession skill. But I mean, what do I care? What do I care? Oh, okay. I can kill spiders easier, but I'm already at 58. I see. So, animal materials should not be locked. Animal materials is what I want to work on next. So we'll take another 10 gold and we'll go to the library too. Do an interesting night on Mortal. I technically should have got on my 76 and done that daily first. Arthropoda is going up, and I can always drop it. I don't care about like losing it, but I'd rather have animal materials, which is a crafting thing. I should have taken. That pizza's starting to smell good. That pizza smells fucking good, and I'm gonna have blue cheese dip. It's gonna be fucking so good. Blue cheese dressing. Blue cheese dressing dip. It's gonna be so good. What's that sound? Oh, yeah. Okay, here comes the scary part. Gotta take off the jewelry quickly. Open the vendor. Charge it, because somebody can rob you here. And put the jewelry back on. I need animal materials and arrows. Oh, you can center on him with that little button. I wondered. I was like, how do you center on this person? Go to the RP camera. Just gonna check on my pizza. Looking pretty good, but I think we could go further. No, I think we're done. Nice. So, maybe that. Yeah, I got it. All right, turn it off. Nice. Okay, so eat a pizza. Yeah. Frozen pizza. Blue cheese with green Tabasco on top. I'm done in the kitchen and in the bathroom. This light's a little oppressive. We're gonna turn it lower and this guy. Maybe one. Yeah. And, okay, dinner has to cool down. I am going to go and buy arrows. 1,000 longbow arrows.
Welcome back anytime.
Then I will take 21 gold and I will go and look at. Oh, let's look at the food. Yeah, the food's looking good. Let's get all of that food. I'll just dump it into my bank. Wow, he really changed the spawn here. The developer got nicer in his older age. Or whatever, whoever designs this city. I like the Mortal World. It does have a cozy feel to it. It's a little weird European world. But it makes sense to me. You can go do things that you would think that you could go do. Maybe have money at the bank. I mean, I don't know. Let's get money out of this. White Cavallo. Ooh, market. Money. Greywood didn't sell for 100, huh? Let's cancel that Greywood and sell it for 80? I don't know. I don't know. Let's just sell Greywood. Ooh, the price is good. 60 gold. That's fine. I'll take 60. 60 is fine. Look at all that money. 180. Look at all this money. White Cav. White Cavallo. They are paying for it. Look, I made gold off just picking that shit. Carotin. Look, they pay a lot for Carotin. Wow. Oh, so that whole thing is money? Yeah, it is money. Wow. 184 gold. That works for me. I want to buy a book, but I definitely need to ditch all this money first. Give me 40 gold out of that. But yeah, that's nice. That gets me towards other goals. Okay, so it's almost dinner time, but I'm going to go try and get a different book into my head besides Arthropoda, because I don't really care how well I do against spiders, you know? Itchy. I'm going to go to the library and I'm going to look for animal materials, because I know that will benefit me and make me more money. I can't believe I was logged. I need to take a look at my profession skills, I guess. But, you know, all I really want to do right now is get a book in my head.
What I had for you. Please, come
Combat, material lore. I'm... Ugh.
Nice talking to you.
Let me show you. Nice talking to you. See what I have for you. Nice talking to you.
Animal material. Animal materials, here we go. I'm gonna switch out for that. There we go, now I'm done here. I guess I could buy a set, I suppose. Because I just made a whole lot of money. I don't know. I am in town. Buying a set would be good. I have the storage space to put it away if I need to. So I will buy a set till I feel like I have 5 strong sets that I can always just fall back on. I don't like buying the sets. It takes time. We'll try to get through it quickly. So we're going back to browse market for sets. Get rid of that. Yep. And then what is Carotin juice and what does it do? It's weird. Is it alcoholic? Oh, it is. So armor parts, helmet, 60. Cost lowest first, 4 gold. Jeepo. I'll take it. 4 gold. Sold. Helmet, torso, go. Too expensive. We're going to drop it down to 55. 56. 55. It's a reasonable chess piece. Legs. 56, I'll take it. Feet or arms. I'm sorry, legs are feet. Arms. Arm left. Seems like a good piece for cheap. I'm going to take it. Arm right. Arm left. Seems like a good piece for the price. Let's see. 43, 41, 43, 56, 56, 45. And I'll buy higher this. That guy. Okay, let's put it on and see if it works. It might be too heavy. Plate Archer is quite fun. Hey, look, I came under. Nice. So we got a nice new set. Got all the ammo. Got the jewelry. Look at all the bullshit I have to do just to get out of town. Fucking dumb. Anyways, put that in. Good. You know, I've never messed with potions. And I want to see what the pricing of potions is. But you know, I never have time to use them. Lesser healing potion. But yeah, I mean, that might be good. But I don't really see how it's like any different from bandages, really. So 25 gold. Yep, 268 is not bad. I have a full grain leather razorback bags because we're going out to pigs. I'm going to get 2 pigs and I'm going to use them in combat to kill bandits. Chicken right there. Hello, chicken. I mean, I could just stuff his meat in my box. What happens if I shoot this chicken? Do I lose my set? Probably, yeah. Just gonna move on. Rather than tempt fate, I'm gonna move on. Okay, I believe it's dinner time. I'm gonna kill this music, and I'm going to watch the Philip DeFranco. Or no, is it? Yeah, it's Friday. So yeah, we're gonna watch the Philip DeFranco. I like this nerd, but it's not really the video I was looking for. What happened to D'Angelo Wallace? Yeah, I remember D'Angelo Wallace, yeah. Everyone raided a Spoon Kid. Yeah, everyone did raid you, I bet, yeah. Ice vs. Chicago by Trap University. What about the Philip DeFranco? Where's the Philip DeFranco? Philip DeFranco. Where's the Philip DeFranco from today? He didn't do one today? Planetary Authority, I remember that. Yeah, so we've watched this one. Okay, so never mind. There was no Friday Philip DeFranco. That's okay. Go to premium. Go home, I guess. Yeah. And then YouTube capitulates to Trump. That might be a good video to watch. Ice versus Chicago. That'll be a good, nice, entertaining video. Let's watch that for dinner.
For the second time in history, a National Guard threat was aimed at Chicago during a Trump presidency. But when they came last time, it was actually the mayor and the governor who called them in. It was 5 years ago, and you probably didn't even know the National Guard was here. But that's because no one cared. And like I've said before, the only reason they'd be in Chicago now is to help ICE. The president doesn't actually care about crime in Chicago. The National Guard and Border Patrol are just backup for ICE. And those are not my words. That's from an official White House statement. And it's clear they're not in the city to stop crime because Border Patrol is downtown with college students and finance executives.
What? Run from him! Run! Do.
But anyway, in Chicago, ICE has faced protests, civilians have been stopping their arrest, and a woman known for doxing ICE agents was even shot and arrested. And even the Secretary of Homeland Security was denied entry into a government building, which was actually in the suburbs.
Okay, great, thank you. Interesting. That's what Governor Pritzker says is cooperation and keeping people safe.
A high-ranking official in the Chicago police told cops to stop responding to federal agents when they call for help.
So the chief of patrol clear everybody up. We're responding over there.
And clearly they're taking up resources because ICE agents have even been making false 911 calls in the suburbs.
Do you believe that that was a false call? I do.
And there's even a state senator walking down the street in West Chicago, not to be confused with the west side of Chicago, kicking ICE agents out, telling them this is her city.
Wow.
This is my city, that's right.
Wow.
Would you not come out? Stay in your houses. Quédense en su casa. Tienen derechos todos. No salgan sino.
You go. This is a real American.
Controversial agency long before Donald Trump even entered politics.
You tell them.
Now, at least 3 people have been shot in situations involving ICE so far in Chicago, although they were highly exaggerated because the reports about the woman who had been doxing ICE agents being shot after ramming her car into an ICE vehicle don't match up with the video at all. The footage floating around shows a dark SUV rear-ending a white truck driven by ICE agents, and the SUV pushes the truck up to this part of the street, and this is where the Secretary of Homeland Security and the Public Affairs Secretary state that the agents were surrounded and boxed in by 10 cars, which is, I mean, this is a city bus right here. Yeah, this truck did get pushed up a block, but it's definitely not boxed in. And I thought maybe I was missing something and this must be the wrong video, but the report said it happened somewhere from 39th and KZ to 40th and KZ, but this has to be the tire shop, Canton Tire, on 36th and KZ, with the viaduct being right down the street. But this situation happening in the first place is all a result of the controversial work ICE does.
Bro, they taking people. What the fuck? Yeah, they took a family.
Yeah, they're taking families. Hide your kids, hide your wife. They're snatching everybody out here.
All the way back when Obama was still president.
2 million undocumented
Fucking
immigrants
shitheads.
have been deported from the U.S. since Barack Obama entered the White House. More than under any previous president.
But recently, the agency has come under fire for its raids, treatment of protesters, and even mistaken arrest of American citizens, including a 70-year-old woman. I mean, I know people pretend the entire city is some gang battlefield, but it's not. If you're not in a gang, you're more likely to be ignored by everyone in Chicago than you are to get robbed or something. Don't believe me? Just walk downtown and say hi to a stranger. I bet you get ignored. And I know that just like the cops told not to respond to ICE, that these agents are just following orders. The problem is, the orders seem pretty extreme. So who's responsible for this? It's easy to just say Donald Trump, but no matter how bad he wants them on the streets, he's not the one in person running the day-to-day operations of an ICE agent. But according to some ICE employees, the Trump administration has actually been stopping them from working drug cases, human trafficking cases, and child exploitation cases to essentially arrest only asylum seekers and gardeners. It's almost like millions of asylum seekers being put out of the country is so popular with some people that they don't even notice the actual crime going unsolved. And despite the belief that ICE is locking up people with criminal convictions, over 70% of people detained by ICE have no criminal record because this was never about crime in the first place. And the government even claims that there are over 400,000 immigrants with criminal convictions living in the U.S., but they just don't care about them. But for some reason, the gardeners and the guys working construction jobs just have to go, apparently. And also, despite the administration trying to pander to Christians to get support, ICE just shot an actual pastor. He survived, by the way, and is now suing. Even federal judges are ruling that ICE is violating the law. So it's not just one party against the other at this point. ICE is just acting as some sort of secret police that comes into your home and kidnaps you. I wonder where we've seen that before. But how did Christie even get this job? She was even banned from all native land in South Dakota due to her claiming with no evidence that tribal leaders are benefiting from drug cartels, which, although once she apologized for lying, they lifted the ban. Why did Trump choose some random lady from South Dakota? Well, maybe it's because she's ruthless. While everyone is focused on how much her face has changed over the last decade, that once the Trump support 14-month-old dog wasn't being the ideal hunting dog, she kept it. And she's remained a Trump supporter even though in 2019, as governor of South Dakota, she claimed that his trade war with the EU and China. Why did Trump choose some random lady from South Dakota? Well, maybe it's because she's ruthless. While everyone is focused on how much her face has changed over the last decade, I was focused on the fact that she kept a puppy on purpose. She actually admitted in her book that once her 14-month-old dog wasn't being the ideal hunting dog, she kept it. And she's remained a Trump supporter even though in 2019, as governor of South Dakota, she claimed that his trade war with the EU and China devastated the agriculture industry in her state, which is essentially the main thing South Dakota does. So it's clear she doesn't care about the farmers in her state, which are ironically the same people that voted for her to be governor in the first place. She also rejected over $7 million in federal funding that would have given children free lunch in summer school. Fuck them kids. And you know who gets their orders directly from Homeland Security? ICE. Now, as a journalist, I try to stay unbiased, but you know how we feel about dogs on this channel. But she hasn't been the most evil politician by any means. There have been several worse before her, and there will definitely be worse after she's done. She's just another wealthy person from a small town that became a politician, but some people, like a former Navy SEAL that worked as the administrator of FEMA, Cameron Hamilton, claim that she has a handler who is actually influencing many of her decisions. And this handler is also a man that he claims she's cheating on her husband with. Now, normally I wouldn't entertain a rumor like this, but this isn't just some media outlet making this claim. This is coming from a Navy SEAL that also used to work in the Department of Homeland Security. So who is this handler? Well, he's a close advisor to Kristi Noem, who also mocked a 10-year-old immigrant with Down syndrome because he thought her mom was an illegal immigrant working as a child smuggler, when in fact, her mom was not illegal and she was actually a witness against child smugglers. He's also a political advisor to the Prime Minister of Israel and a respecter of white supremacists. His words, not mine. And he's been accused of sexual harassment twice while being found guilty of sexual battery in 2022. This is the man who has for years worked as a close advisor to the Secretary of Homeland Security. So, even if the Navy SEAL story about the affair isn't true, that sexual battery charge is real, the Department of Homeland Security is very, very flawed. And this is not me being biased because federal judges have even ruled that ICE is currently breaking the laws doing what they do. We are creating bigger issues, hurting the economy, and
right-wing shitheads killing the country.
But ultimately, this is just the same thing happening over and over. You think buses full of immigrants being dropped off in America is new? It was already happening 11 years ago and being protested just like it was in the 2020s. You think protests in Europe about immigration is new? It was happening a decade ago as well. The exact same thing is happening now. Simply put, if you don't know what happened in the last 10 years, you might think that everything going on now is brand new. Every government in charge on earth just knows you'll forget about something in 10 years, so the same thing can happen again. Every 8 years, a government in Europe and the US lets lots of immigrants in, then the next administration preaches about getting them out, which rallies support, just so the same thing can happen over and over. But don't just take my word for it. Go to Google and search immigration protests and put the filter on literally any year since 2000 and you'll see the exact same headlines that you do today. You know how you can shine a laser and a cat will chase it? Even though the cat knows it can't catch it, he'll just keep trying to get it each time as if he doesn't remember what happened last time. That's pretty much politics, except we're the cats and they're the ones shining the laser for us to chase. And speaking of sex trafficking immigrants, what did Donald Trump's grandfather do?
I love Trap University.
Oh, that's right. He ran a brothel, a literal house full of prostitutes that he sold to people. Did you think Trump Tower just came from the family making good investments? Well, you're absolutely right. They invested in legal sex trafficking as immigrants. And since Donald Trump's grandpa was avoiding mandatory military service in Germany, he actually immigrated to the United States illegally. Now, would you look at that? What a success story. The grandson of an illegal immigrant becoming president. Boy, talk about the American dream.
I love Trap University.
If you're confused by the title, let me explain. A gang war is a conflict in the streets between two or more gangs, and a gang was originally an alliance between multiple blocks that all represented the same gang. But in Chicago, that's just not the case anymore. Today, the teenagers warring in the streets are just small cliques of 5 to 10 guys going against other small groups of 5 to 10 guys. In one of his earliest songs, Exposing Me, King Von shows his age when he mentions a peace treaty, but he also gives you some insight into how some things have changed. In the song, he essentially implies that he doesn't believe in peace treaties because he himself saw the last one fail. Now, I remember being a kid back in 2011 and logging into Facebook to see people posting pictures of a guy named D-Thang. He had just been murdered, and it was a mix of people saying rest in peace and others disrespecting him. But the thing about his murder is that it happened during a peace treaty.
My brother D-Thang got killed in that peace treaty. When that peace treaty came down, D-Thang was D-Thang. Like, he was 3 times.
He was a founding member of the group 600, which became part of the O-Block 600 Alliance, made famous by his members such as Chief Keef before he moved to California, King Von, 600 Breezy, L.A. Capone, and Tay Capone, who was then known as Tay 600. Lil Durk is not from either of these blocks, despite what people on the internet claim. He's actually from Inglewood, which is on the other side of the expressway, but they were all
He ain't even from here.
In an alliance like this, we had multiple hoods, from Lamron down to 600
Fucking clowns.
together in an alliance to stretch nearly 2 miles across the south
I
side
hate
of the
this
city.
form of rap.
Something
These
that
rappers are
happened
so
today in
dumb.
Chicago will be very short-lived since clicking.
They're just entirely about clothes, money, selling drugs, destroying their community, and then shooting each other. There's nothing else to do with any sort of culture.
Another hood only creates more enemies because there's no
That
trust,
music isn't
there's
too
no
good
goal,
either.
No objective.
The
Whereas
music
back
isn't
in the
too good.
early to mid 2010s, the teenagers and
Like the
gangs
best
had
song to come out of their scene was "Man's Not Hot," and that's not even that good of a song.
at least something to mimic. The days when street gangs resembled the mob with structure, money-making operations.
Yeah, it's
and
just
foot
gone.
soldiers
It's just
were gone.
bangers
But back
shooting each other now.
then, in the late 2000s and early 2010s,
I didn't like being on the
kids
streets because I felt all the time that I was brushing up against 10-man cliques that didn't like me.
still growing up on stories about the past. The goal back then was to generate money and become a force.
I didn't need a 10-man clique. I ran alone. You understand? I had a driver, a source who was also a partner. I would have married her too if she was interested, but she wasn't. She was married to meth. And interesting times, but yeah, all the time we brushed up against these 10-man, 20-man cliques. And you're like, yeah, you got some bodies, you got some people with you. I understand. I'm not here to disrespect you, but I also have no interest in like rubbing against you. I like, that's fine.
The gang, but it was flawed. The days of dope boys and big money drug operations were just not a thing in my generation.
No.
Scamming was getting advanced, and the young guys just didn't care about selling drugs in Chicago. So that part was left to the older guys who were around in the 90s and had connections to the cartel. But notably, the older guys started to distance themselves from the younger generation. They were trying to become kings
because they're psychos.
The structure of their time was gone. They couldn't force the teenagers to sell drugs for them and bring back the profit like what had been done to them in their youth.
Yep.
If you gave a bag to a kid in my generation,
yeah, fuck that. You're fucking stupid. Yeah, just step. That's my bag now, bitch. That's what I came up in. If you leave your drink around me, it's gonna get drunk up. If you leave your smoke around me, it's gonna get smoked up. If you, etc.
On the corner and make you rich, you'd be in for a.
That's the scene that I came up in. Like, for instance, I've had my pockets gaffled before by people. I've had people run theirs. Like, it's weird, but it's like.
But one thing the younger generation held on to back then were the gangs. The GDs, BDs, Stones, Vice Lords, Kings, SDs, 4CH, and so on. And with these
so
big
many
alliances still in place, and the kids not selling drugs, they started to get in conflict with one another. And it wasn't about a block or a hood. It would usually start as a personal dispute that would
you
lead
fuck
to
my
a gang
girlfriend
war
or
because
whatever.
Everybody was together. But once the shooting and killing started to get out of hand, the older guys made the last move they ever had to influence the youth.
My friend D
usher in a peace treaty.
My friend D from Ethiopia, I met him up in the 2-year mental health facility. And when he spoke, you couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. But I did. I understood exactly what he was saying when he spoke. And he liked that about me because I'm not stupid. I know what he's saying when he speaks. And it's weird. It's like something about ghetto slang. It's not something that I ever struggled with, but some people do. And and he liked me because I just didn't care that he was Ethiopian. He was like, I come from Ethiopia. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, I got a lot of crew down in 5 Points. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I run with some Somalians and Ethiopians or whatever it was. That's right. He was like, I know some Somalians, but we're Ethiopians. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, I like Little Dirk. And I was like, I don't know who that is. And he was like, you don't know Little Dirk? And I was like, I don't know who that is, man. I'm like 15 years older than you.
There were multiple hoods, but to simplify, it was a few BD hoods.
He's like, I like Little Dirk and King Von. And I was like, I have no idea who the fuck that is. And he's like, Chicago Gangsters. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's modern. And he put it on. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. It's good music for, getting high in the ghetto or whatever.
And a few GD.
But it wasn't like rap that had a message or that stuck with you or changed your mind or introduced you to something. It wasn't like that. It was like this gang set tripping bullshit.
Was going at it, and for a very, very short time, the peace treaty was respected.
Yeah, they talk about peace treaties all the time. The fuck are you talking about? This is the ghetto. It's not some fucking war-torn country. There's no peace treaties. Why the fuck are you guys talking about that? If you would play Rust, you would know. Alliances don't work. Alliances are something that you do before you inevitably brush up against the person because it's either you or them get the resources. So alliances aren't something that you do. They are if you're a country or like an armed force, but alliances aren't something that you do in the fucking ghetto. No, that's like making friends of the people that want to rob you. I mean, that's okay, but how far can you trust somebody like that?
But one guy,
I'll say it right to some ghetto gangster motherfucker right to his face too. I'll be like, but how far can you, I mean, how far can you trust that? You know, how far can you trust it? You know, I always had a problem like they think I talk too white. But I mean, I still hit them with the reality when I speak. You know, it's a different thing. I just like blah, 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 right? Exactly what I mean. I say it right to their face. And if they can't understand it, that's on them. You know?
That had a huge cause and effect that lasted for over a decade.
Yeah, it's called glorifying gang violence in Southside Chicago or whatever the fuck, West Side, whatever this was.
And I ain't gonna say I was comfortable. I was nervous in them. We done did so much, so it's like, okay, they call it, it's a peace treaty now, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, is it?
D-Thang from 600 was known to be a bully. Even before Reddit and Traplo Ross videos, it was known that he would just pull up to certain hoods and start shooting.
Just start shooting, yeah.
So when the peace treaty was in effect, a guy named Dome from Jaro City, one of the hoods that D-Thang would shoot at, would catch D-Thang around Washington Park. And it should have been fine. But maybe it was because he felt like the peace treaty wouldn't last forever, and right here in front of him was a very dangerous guy. So he killed him. And thus, the peace treaty ended.
What the fuck are you doing with a deagle? It looks like you fucking end up on your ass if you fired it.
We'll never know. Dome was caught not long after this and sent to prison, and he was supposed to get out in 2021, but that never happened because he died in prison.
You're not in Saudi Arabia, like fighting Fallujah or whatever. Why the fuck do you have a deagle?
Under mysterious circumstances.
You need a deagle for fucking... You know, a desert eagle, like you don't really need a deagle. You like those bullets are gonna go through walls and shit. You don't need a deagle for Southside Chicago. You guys are so goddamn dumb. There's gang fights and then there's Logic. You know.
But this event, along with
remember Logic, the rapper, the whole world wanted to kiss his ass so bad.
Or a gang already.
But I didn't like anything that he did. I thought Molly Percocet was funny. You know,
his meaning in Chicago sent parts of the city to where they are today. Now, the story of this war has been told 1,000 times on the internet, so the only new angle I can really give you is my personal experience maneuvering around the South Side while all of this was going on.
Yeah, Southside Chicago. I was like, is it South or West?
Scrap, and many more people who are no longer here were actively running wild because the street politics in the city are so different that in O Block at one time,
there's like you can go toe to toe with cops in the streets pretty much at that point because you're rolling like 20 people wherever you go, and any cop that hassles you will get in a fist fight with 20 people. They're not going to. They're just going to be like, all right, man, I don't want any problems with you guys.
GD policy, and saying something like BDK was disrespectful to the entire alliance of O Block 600.
When I hear BDK, I think bloody, dirty killers, which is fucking fucked up. The shit that you guys idolize is disgusting.
And that's because for the most part, everybody was BD. But today, you got guys walking around O Block with the chains King Von bought, cracking the trays, which is disrespectful to the BDs. Something that wouldn't have happened 10 years ago. Now, this is not to say that every hood was just one gang, as somebody like FYBJ Maine, who now pushes for peace in Chicago, was allied with the BDs despite the fact that, like most of his family, he was a BD. But I remember it like yesterday. Not long after
I mix another drink, I'll be right back.
Every block from 51st to 69th
I have to go find my cat, so I'm going to go do so. Probably take me like 5 minutes or something. I'll be back, guys. Sorry about that, but it's something I do have to do. been looking for the cats, and I wonder if they're in your house. Okay. Oh, I need to mix a drink. Okay. Cranberry juice. Okay. Back with it. Sorry about that. I couldn't find my cat. I looked all over the place. I don't know where she is.
Dangerous. I had heard
Go back
about
in a
these
couple of
treaties in
hours.
years leading up to 2011, but I would have still been in elementary school in 08, 09, and 2010. But I did remember when 600 was founded because the area I grew up in was full of people that had family members in 600. And with that came another alliance that was split. Once the peace treaty was broken, the alliance on the side of King Von and Lil Durk suddenly became very aggressive toward anybody that claimed GD.
Oh, Jaja, what the fuck is showing him? Oh, he got tough.
I wouldn't necessarily say this happened with the Hispanic gangs, and the white gangs already experienced a similar split that basically destroyed them. And just in case I'm not putting in the scale of just how big the alliances used to be, the summer in Chicago has always been the deadliest time of year for people in the streets because it's hot, and since most gang members were and still are,
it's like White Boy James or whatever, White Boy Summer.
That means that the guys that hate each other are all out of school, and some of the older guys have nothing to do since they just graduated. But the summer of 2025 recorded the lowest number of homicides in Chicago since the summer of 1965. When watching the news or listening to politicians outside of the city, Chicago can seem just as deadly as ever. And I know I've given Chicago politicians a hard time for being literally the most corrupt local government outside of New York State, but this is not just me reading statistics. I actually saw this happen. I watched the streets become safer. Simply put, the groups at war right now are far too small with too few alliances to ever engage in a decade-long war, like the one that put drill on the world stage, where the careers of people like DJ Academics took off for covering the insane conflicts that nearly wiped out entire graduating classes. The alliances were so big that there was family on both sides. As one of the most well-known guys from 600, Mimo, said recently in an interview that his cousin, who was on the other side of the war, killed one of his friends. And just 5 months later, 2 of Mimo's friends killed one of his other cousins. If my cousin's friends want to kill me, well, he's my cousin. He knows all my secrets and where I can most likely be found in the city if someone was looking for me. And you might ask, well, how could you go against your own family for a gang? Well, that's not really what it was. Let's say my cousin and I go to different high schools. We see each other sometimes, but not every day since we live in different neighborhoods. Over the summer, a good friend of mine gets into a fight with a good friend of my cousin's, or one of them steals from the other, or anything that crosses a line. Maybe my cousin's friend ends the fight with a threat and says, the next time I see you, I'm gonna kill you. But my friend doesn't let it go past this, so he pulls out his gun and kills him on the spot. He threatened him after all, a big threat. If someone in Chicago tells you this from any background, you should probably take it serious. But my cousin's friends don't care who was justified and who wasn't. They decide that my friend has to pay the price for this in blood. And maybe one of the guys that witnessed it was the brother of the victim. What sway then would your cousin hold over the next thing that happens? None, which is just as much sway I would have if these guys called me and my friend. Now, it doesn't matter if I keep being friends with this guy or not. The people that want to kill him might still think that we're friends, so I could very well become a target. And mind you, all of this is happening while we're still in high school, because from the time Chief Keef dropped his first song to when he left Chicago, King Von got locked up, and the death of L.A. Capone and the arrest of C-Day and Rondo, it would have only been from his freshman to his senior year, as King Von, who was only a year older than Keef, would have only been 19 at the beginning of 2014, which was 3 whole years after the end of the peace treaty. Obviously, most people on the South Side don't gangbang, but the families that do would have suddenly had less stories of gangs being some big organized alliance. And those stories would have been replaced with stories of how renegade the streets have become, and how there was no point to even be in the streets anymore. Also, in an older video, I mentioned the database used by the Chicago police that ranks how likely it is for certain people to either be a victim or the perpetrator of gun violence. And even though it's discontinued, I did manage to find some footage of it. It may look bad from the outside, but I guarantee, in 10 years, class reunions on the South Side will be bigger than they have been in 15 years.
Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and yeah, that new
Thank you, some ordinary
Battlefield
gamers.
6, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't too bad, but it ain't perfect either. Now, you might be like, well, Muta, if you're not going to jerk the game off, and if you're not going to completely chastise it, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit on that fence post there, pal? You know, the actual reality of it is that I like to be fair and critical for the kind of media that I consume. And, you know, something that I kind of caught the attention of was, whoa, there are a lot of people playing this game. Now, I think for the first time, it's pretty obvious if you're like a Battlefield fan, and I've been a Battlefield player for quite some time. You know, I played me some Battlefield 2 back in the day, played me some Bustafield 2, to be honest with you. Battlefield 3 was my jam. Battlefield 4 is like that perfect, fucking amazing life moment that you had that you just keep trying to relive, okay? It's
I remember 4.
Battlefield 4,
I liked
for anybody
4.
that just has not played that game.
Frames are
One of
good.
my favorite shooters, one of my favorite multiplayer experiences, and to this day, I still jump back into play it. Now, obviously, Battlefield as a franchise has not had a lot of hits and hits recently, simply because I would say that EA has just kind of been trying to find out ways to monetize it, ways to make it into Call of Duty, and I think this year, this release, I really feel like Electronic Arts was like, listen, for all the drama that has happened, for all the nonsense, we're just going to stay right back. We're just going to chill back and let DICE and every studio cook. And I really feel like they did. So hundreds of thousands of people are playing this game, ladies and gentlemen. Something that I kind of saw the other day was apparently IGN rated the campaign for the game at a 5. Woo! So to give you an idea, I picked this game up a little bit early, and to my surprise, the actual servers were functioning, so I played with me and maybe a few other people, you know, day -1, day -2 of the game's release, and I was having a pretty good time. I was actually enjoying myself, even though that most of the experience was with bots. So on the official launch day for the game, I'm proud to say that there were hundreds of thousands of people connecting, and I actually didn't really have an issue. In fact, every single game that I've been playing today has ran smooth as fuck. I don't know if I've just gotten lucky. I don't know if I've been having a good time, but it's working. Now, I was kind of a little bit hesitant about this because I saw like footage of people like cheating on this game and just snapping to heads. And I was like, man, do I really want to jump into a multiplayer game now that I'm officially UNC status at this point? And to give you an idea, God, I hate the fact that I use that word. I want to die some days, man.
Yeah.
But I've actually been enjoying it. Like, I feel like this is the one shooter where I feel like they toned back a lot of that Adderall, you know, jump to people's heads, you know, jump around the map. Like, motherfucker, we are playing Battlefield, not Quake. This is a much more, I would say, refined experience, similar to something like Battlefield 4. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about a little bit is this campaign. Now, I'm somebody that loves playing a shooter campaign. To me, it's kind of like going to the theaters and watching Fast and the Furious. And you know when people are like, oh, the Fast and the Furious stories suck. Yeah, bro, you're going to the theater to watch Fast and the fucking Furious, okay?
No, I'm
You
not.
lost your right to a good plot
No, I
line
didn't.
any day. You go there for the guns, you go there for the women, you go there for the cars, you go there for the fun times with the boys. And Battlefield does not have any of those fun times with the boys when it comes to its campaign. Now, apparently the storyline for this game is all about NATO versus this PMC called Pax Armada. And I couldn't even begin to fucking tell you how Pax Armada came to be. The game does a really poor job of explaining shit. And so Pax Armada is apparently this like private military contractor, this like, I don't know if it's like a terrorist organization that kind of just came out of nowhere. And apparently because NATO started pussyfooting around the world, you know, a lot of countries started leaving it, to a point where apparently Pax Armada assassinated the Secretary General of NATO, and NATO didn't even do anything. They just flinched. They were like, yeah, you can just kill people at the top brass. Who gives a shit? And so all of a sudden, you know, every country's like, well, if they're, well, let's just leave. And so basically they become this big bad of the entire universe. Now, in the real world, okay, if any organization like this was acting up, I'm pretty sure most of the world's top governments would probably send a fucking A-team to split that dude halfway and deliver some goddamn Shanghai street justice, which is not what is happening in this game. In fact, if anything, you know, I have a real hard time trying to understand, you know, mission to mission, what the fuck is going on and why we're even moving around. But this is the problem with this game, is that comparing it to Call of Duty is actually so mean to Call of Duty, because COD campaigns are actually fucking good. I actually really love playing Call of Duty campaigns.
I do not.
Every year they come out, I set aside a good old 2.5 hours to play through that campaign, and I actually have a really good time.
2.5 hours?
Mission to mission, a Call of Duty campaign has its
You mean
moments.
16 hours?
Really, I think for me, any campaign since Modern Warfare 2019, with the exception of like COD Vanguard, I've been having a fucking great time with. I've been enjoying those games. I love the way that their stories are presented, even though they're completely unrealistic. You just can tell that they have fun with it, right? Like, for all the Call of Duty missions we've played on this channel, shit like, you know, clearing house in the recent campaigns, even the other, like Call of Duty 2019, Modern Warfare 2019, when it dropped, was not afraid to shoot a child in the fucking brain to show you how scary terrorists and stuff are. They were not afraid to have Piccadilly Circus resemble, like, just have a live terrorist attack happening in front of you and show you all of it. What Battlefield even fails to do is have a battlefield to fight in. A lot of the times you're playing this campaign, it almost feels like they're just putting you through shooting gallery to shooting gallery. And yes, you can say, well, a Battlefield campaign is supposed to be like a soft tutorial for the multiplayer. And that's true. But honestly, it really is just a waste of time. Like, there was this one mission called Night Raid where you think you're going to be doing some stealthy fucking shit, but really you don't. It's mostly just a walking simulator. And eventually, even the points where you think you're going to have this cool, like, stealth, like, you know, clearing an entire, like, house palace section just turns into a fucking generic bland shooter. In fact, even the dialogue in this game is just generic bland nonsense. Okay, it almost just feels like it almost feels like watching a shitty TV show on the shittiest streaming service.
To find out where they were operating domestically.
What's the story?
There are details of Cairo.
Was not addressing you, ma'am.
Sweep the room.
You know, if we'd known that Pax had detected master movements, we probably could have saved Salim.
Why do you guys glorify these fucking tools? I wouldn't even speak to this man.
Wouldn't have spent the better part of a week walking around.
Goddamn loser. He looks like a loser.
My bad. Nasty habit. I'm trying to quit.
The thumb is what I needed to confirm. The RFID
Gave us intel on Kincaid's cell in Brooklyn, but not how they freaking got there.
Watch out there, pal. We're an M-rated game. But anyways, that's all I have to say about the single-player campaign. Like, it really is just a vehicle for you to learn some of the game's mechanics.
As they always are for these crappy games.
That is the multiplayer component. And ladies
Why do you
and
play
gentlemen,
these
that
crappy
shit
games?
hooks like a actual...
When was the last time Call of Duty brought you
I'm just gonna be
joy?
real with you, man. The multiplayer has good bones, okay? It really
No.
does. And I'm
No.
trying to be positive over here.
Not anymore.
Now, compared to
Even
the
Battlefield Bad
Battlefield
Company
games,
1
it's
is
got a
better
lot of
than this.
destructibility. Like, every single map that you go to, you have the opportunity to just fucking completely deface entire buildings. Now, the thing about destructibility is what that caveat said. I cannot say in all good consciousness it's actually better than Battlefield 4 even.
No.
Previous Battlefield games all have destructibility, but do not expect this to be on the same tier as I would say Bad Company 2. Yes, you can open up, you know, just...
See? Bad Company.
Walls, for instance, like if somebody's hiding behind a window on like a second story, fire an RPG, open that up, and then lay fire down, which you could do in previous Battlefield games. Like, I've done that enough on Cyan Crossing in Battlefield 3 to, again, see the similarities over here. But again, the destructibility is more pronounced, but it's definitely not, you know, like Geomod, Red Faction 2.
I didn't buy bandages.
So just
God damn
understand that going forward. And this game doesn't have things like Levolution, so some of those mega super giant destructibility moments that you saw in BF4 just aren't here. A lot of the gimmicks are gone. If anything, the game is down to its core, which I think that's what EA is trying to like perfect, rather than go for the gimmicks that have kind of killed the Battlefield franchise for the last few years, several years, really. One of my concerns is actually when it comes to the maps, right? So if you look at the amount of maps in the game, there's really not a whole heck of a lot. There's Siege of Cairo, there's Iberian Offensive, there's Liberation Peak, there's Empire State, Operation Firestorm, Saints Quarter, Sobek City, Myrick Valley, and Manhattan Bridge. So some of these maps are relatively decent, but none of them are like huge, okay? No map in this entire game is going to remind you of shit like Damavon Peak. None of this is going to remind you of like Caspian Border. None of this is going to remind you of anything similar to, well, I guess the largest would technically just be Operation Firestorm, which was in the previous Battlefield games. Really, most of the maps in this game, even playing on that Conquest mode, or whatever the large-scale modes are, none of these maps are huge. And in terms of verticality, none of these maps, in my opinion, offer the level of verticality as even half the maps in Battlefield 4. And that's the issue that I've kind of had with this game. The map selection is kind of poor. Right? Like, literally, I am probably 48 to 72 hours into this game, and I'm already getting bored of my surroundings. In comparison to Battlefield 4, where, like, you know, you literally did just have some of the best launch day maps, okay? You had shit like, obviously, Siege of Shanghai, you had Dawnbreaker, you had Flood Zone, you had some of the best goddamn maps out there. Even the worst map, in my opinion, for Battlefield fucking 4, which was Galmud Railway, which is basically just an open field, was still an amazing, fun map compared to, well, most of modern Battlefield stuff. No map in this game has really, like, blown my mind in any capacity. In fact, if anything, it feels like, you know, these maps are probably half the size of, like, older Battlefield games, but the quality really just isn't there, okay? And, again, it's kind of tough, too, because I want to compare this to, like...
I mean, I knew that, but it's funny to hear him say it.
I'm comparing it to base Battlefield 4, and that's where you're going to have a little bit of an issue. Like, in Battlefield 4, there was a lot of verticality in pretty much every map, and that's something you don't get in this, okay? That's something I don't feel is in this game. I mean, it's around, obviously, in the New York maps, but, like, in a lot of the open field stuff, it's just not there. Now, as far as when it comes to the actual, like, weapons and vehicles and stuff, I will say the progression is so fucking solid that that's probably the reason why I'm super balls deep into this game. Because comparing it to, like, previous Battlefield games or even Call of Duty, where I feel like the progression is done in such a weird Skinner box way, where obviously these companies want you to, like, engage with every single dynamic of the game, even if every single dynamic isn't that enjoyable. Here it's just fucking simple, dude. It's like, you like the M4A1? Keep using the M4A1, level that bad boy up, and we'll keep giving you attachments, and you can run that shit like no tomorrow. Or you can just use another gun. It's very much like probably the most perfect form of progression in games. And it's a shame to say that because it's like, it's so simple. It's something that has been done before. And ever since in shooter gameplay, we've went through so many different methods of, like, getting people to try different guns or game modes that, you know, for, like, in Call of Duty, right? Like, one of the reasons why I stopped playing a Call of Duty multiplayer was because in order to unlock, like, an SMG, I had to fucking use an assault rifle that I didn't give a shit about. No, dude, just level me up to the SMG, give me the SMG, and I'm gonna play with it for, like, 30 hours, and unlock all the fucking shit associated with it. Don't make me use something else, which is something Battlefield addressed, and they sorted out later. Now, the other thing that really kind of blew my mind was the distinct lack of microtransactions. And this is something that I don't know how they're going to monetize Battlefield 6, but they're going to have to find a way. This is...
It's called
like,
interest.
This is very much like they don't give you any battle
If they get
packs,
interest, that's the
any,
monetization.
like, you know, goofy skins to buy, which is super duper cool. And I don't know if like down the road everything going forward into this game is going to be free, or if they're going to go to like map passes or season passes or whatever. But for now, it's pretty welcome to fucking see. Now, there is a map editor, Battlefield Portal, and so far nobody's doing anything goofy with it because the game just came out. But I would be interested to see what people are going to do with like custom maps. Maybe people could bring back those super large scale maps like fucking, the Caspian Border or whatnot, or even like Operation Metro. But as far as maps like Siege of Shanghai or Dawnbreaker, Siege of Shanghai being one of my personal favorites, that is nowhere near in this game. And one of the things that I do miss a little bit from Battlefield 4 is like Levolution. For anybody that doesn't know, like Levolution back in the day, like even as far back as the PS3, they had these like baked in destruction mechanics where like at least in Siege of Shanghai, you could break down the entire skyscraper and turn the whole map into a dusty pit, which nobody really liked at the end of the day, like down the road. Like it's something you put on with rose tinted glasses. But there were sometimes playing maps like Flood Zone where you could like trigger a dam and like actually flood up the entire battlefield, forcing people to fight in the rooftops. These are kind of things that I wish I could have seen. Like maybe they could have brought that mechanic back. But they did not do that. The game is still very much, just your traditional Battlefield fare. Now, obviously, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the multiplayer it's got really good bones, okay? Like, it's got the best bones.
That's good to hear.
But I feel like it probably did drop for full price with a little less than what I expected. Like, dog, 9 maps, and not all of them are actually good, is a pretty low order. The other issue that I kind of have with this game, too, is, like, the distinct lack of, like, game modes. Like, there is Conquest, there's Escalation, there's Breakthrough, and I guess there's Rush, but I couldn't find it. There's also, like, one mode where you can play, like, local, like, 10v10. So if you don't want to commit to, like, a fucking 30-minute match, you can just play Team Deathmatch. The problem with this game is it has this Hulu mentality, like this streaming service shit, where the UI might be genuinely the worst user interface. Honestly, whoever designed the user interface, I hope to God, like, fucking... that person needs to get fired, okay? Anybody who supports this UI is fucking awful. Like, the user, what happened to just giving me the option to click multiplayer, find a game, and a list of playlists, okay?
What is this? Oh, God, look at this UI. What do those numbers mean, you fucking idiot software developer? What does that mean? Ugh.
This Netflix Hulu menu shit doesn't work that well. Like, that...
No, Netflix menus are terrible.
Because ultimately, I'm trying to find game modes that I want or filter out game modes, but I'm forced to just jump into these playlists that I really don't want to play with, and I'm trying to figure out how I can even navigate this menu. Stop using the Netflix menu. Now, as far as performance goes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last thing that I wanted to talk about. This thing runs smoother than anything. Like, playing it on a PlayStation 5, the reason I got it on console was because... obviously, I use Linux, so kernel anti-cheat, not super duper friendly. Fuck it, buy it on console. And it runs at a rock solid 60 frames per second on that performance mode. And one thing I didn't know, which blew my mind, was that I can connect a keyboard mouse to my actual PlayStation 5 and just use it like a...
Oh, I hit him too.
So maybe going forward... might be how I handle some of these kernel anti-cheats.
Killed him.
Provided they all give me that keyboard.
I was like, I'm going to kill that deer.
But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think they've absolutely cooked Battlefield 6 pretty well. I mean, comparing it to like 2042 or even Battlefield 5, this is a really, really good shooter, okay? Probably the best praise that I can say is that it takes me back to 2011, okay? Back when Battlefield...
I don't need that.
That's pretty fucking high praise from me. Look, campaign bullshit aside, they probably could have not made a campaign, and I don't think anybody would have cried. Honestly, they could have saved money and given us like a horde mode or something similar to survival from Modern Warfare, just the Modern Warfare trilogy, and that would have just been fine. Like, any cooperative mode would have been much more accepted than like a box standard campaign that they probably spent too much money developing to begin with. But as far as multiplayer goes, ladies and gentlemen, it might be... it's the direction Battlefield needed to go to. And ultimately, there is still a ways to go. I think there's definitely, like, they immediately have to start, like, ironing out maybe some of the slight netcode problems. They might have to start ironing out some of the key issues, some of the smaller issues. and then immediately give us at least
Oh, I
good
knocked him.
vertical maps to begin with. Just give us Dawnbreaker to start off, okay? Like, dude, you can just copy Siege of Shanghai into this game, and I think we would all kind of nut. Simple as that. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about with Battlefield 6. I think it's a pretty good experience, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, as a longtime Battlefield fan, good job, EA. Good job.
Wow.
And
Wow.
you know what? If in a month they'll fuck this up because down the road they'll have like some goofy skins or whatever, even though they said they aren't, at least I can say the last 3-4 days gave me a nostalgia boner that I quite enjoyed. Okay, watching this game and then actually playing it a little early and then playing it with the boys. Good time, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Mood Harn. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.
Okay, we got 2 pigs, and I'm ready to do Bandit Direwolf, but I don't really want to do this right now. I'm going to switch to 76 and do some work on that game. I don't think I want to go do combat with these nasty mobs as drunk as I am. And I made some good-ass progress here. No losses, no deaths, nothing. Just 2 pigs and a win, you know? I'm going in the door with no losses, nothing. I've got a brand new set. I banked money. I did work. I got 2 pigs. I'm going to bandage them. You know, I went out in the world. I took risk. I came back in the sandbox like Rust, and I came back successful. And that's what, I mean, that's what these games are. And I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, we'll take these bandages here, these weird, crazy ones that are stronger. And we'll bandage these pigs. Good shit.
Imagine being a successful musician. There's an upcoming election in the United States, so you pick a side and support Donald Trump. Then his people call your people, and you get invited to speak on stage at Trump's own rally. And even though you've built up a huge fan base in Puerto Rico and Latin America, your name is Nikki. And Donald Trump doesn't actually know who the hell you are. And in fact, as he's calling you on stage, he assumed you were a Latina. But you are in fact a grown-ass man.
Latin music superstar Nikki Jam. You know Nikki? She's hot.
Nikki, she's hot.
This was so embarrassing for this guy, and he got made fun of so much after this that he deleted all.
Oh, Nikki. I'm sorry, Nikki.
Of his posts.
He's a reggaeton star, too. Aw.
Endorsing Trump, and yeah. Now, obviously, if a politician was having...
He got misgendered by an old man.
To endorse them, or if the influential person is only endorsing the politician,
but he's not trans,
that information wouldn't be the easiest to find, since a big part of something like this happening will be for it to look organic and not like, you know, you just had somebody paid to say it. It's not like for it to look organic and not like, since a big part of something like this happening will be for it to look organic and not like, you know, you just had somebody paid to say it. It's not like I expect Donald Trump to know him. I didn't even know who he was before this happened because I don't speak Spanish. But he is very successful in Latin America, where he's gone platinum and even diamond.
He's good at reggaeton.
But Donald Trump not even...
I mean, we can do it. I can pause. I can do his